Hello, this is JJ from Paranormal Talks, paranormaltalks.com. Well, I am here with an update from an earlier predictive video I created in June of 2019 and then again earlier in January of 2020. And that is the Second American Civil War. And indeed, it is going. And I think it's surprising some people that that astrology is very accurate in indicating that it is happening for us in this country right on time. There's no stopping it. And to exacerbate that civil war and it becoming more exciting, because right now it's kind of quiet and politically correct, where the Civil War participants are trying to use the law and the political processes to get what they want, but I'm suspecting that will work for only so long. Anyway, just wanted to show you this. This was a aha moment for a lot of people when a major Democrat ripped up the speech of the President of the United States. That didn't seem to sit well with a lot of people. Some people were cheering it, which is a sign that this is a civil war. And here are the faces of some of the Democrats during that State of the Union. Again, some people say, yeah, this is exactly how they should have behaved, because Donald Trump is such a flaming criminal. If he is, then he should be put in jail, and why he's not put in jail by now is beyond me. But these faces show that they were not in favor of what the achievements were in this country so far by the current administration. So these faces and these attitudes were not appreciated by a lot of people in this country who are in the midst of a civil war. So I'll show you more about that, and I want to reference two sources of predictive information that this was already in the cards decades ago, and there's no stopping this. How we react and behave in relation to this cycle that's coming through our country, we have control of that, but this actually happening, no one can stop that. This is a political cycle, and this is the Second American Civil War, and this is what it looks like. That and this, okay, here and here. Let me quickly just show you Paranormal Talks. We are educational around the paranormal, supernatural. We want to fill in the blanks, the gaps in your education around yourself as a powerful spiritual being. All that woo-woo stuff that you showed up with, that you were born with, that our public school systems and universities don't want to talk about. So you can scroll through that. If you want to know more about me, JJ, then just go to About Us, and there she be. You can just scroll through and read about me. Okay, there's that. Now, let's make this go away. So I said two sources. One is astrology, which I've referenced before. I created several videos, predictive videos, sourcing highly accurate sources of predictions for our country in particular, since I wanted to narrow it down to just our country, not the entire world. But I want to point those out just as a refresh. Let's bring up my cheat sheet. This is what we talked about before. These two planets together in the sky holding hands. That's what a conjunction means. They are conjunct. They're holding hands, and they may not be getting along so well because the last time this happened, this conjunction of these two planets, Saturn and Pluto, that was the beginning of the first American Civil War, and the split of West Virginia from Virginia. And that was a major turning point also in regards to religion. And that conjunction occurred exactly on Sunday, January 12th of 2020. And here's the title of the video I made in 2019. And then the quantum computer system called Socrates, made by Martin Armstrong, that system showed that there was a trend change January 18 of 2020. So you can see how close these dates are, January 12th and then January 18th. And then January 20th, Monday, January 20th, we had thousands of armed civilians, Second Amendment armed civilians showing up at the Capitol of Virginia. So that's how that was kicked off. So now you know what it looks like when something is triggered. Let me show you the graph by Socrates. Here it is. Let's make it big. Okay, we are right here now, down here in this divot. And this was the beginning of the Second American Civil War. And it gets more exciting come 2024 for this country, the United States, politically and economically. I'll have some other videos that specifically talk about that. But this is the big picture. You can see how these patterns go in 6 increment cycles, 8.6-year cycles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then there's a blowout. We have that in 2032. And private means it's private citizens, commercial companies. And then we go into a public, which is a government cycle, which pattern, which lasts for 6 more cycles. This is when government really grows and balloons. So that's those guys. I want to see if there's one more graph. Oh, I don't have a smaller one. I thought I had a smaller one. Piece of junk. Okay. I wanted to show you, come on. This is Martin Armstrong. They did do a, he's just not a propeller head that created this quantum computer called Socrates, which helps you invest in equities. No, he's been at this since early childhood, and they made a movie about him called The Forecaster. By the way, when I say they made a movie about him, when Hollywood got the script on his biography on this portion of history, they did not want to touch it. It was a German film company who took that script and created this movie, The Forecaster. And Martin Armstrong is in it, so you can learn more about that as well. So I just wanted to point out in this video that the Second American Civil War continues to mature, and we are getting more and more visuals. We're getting more and more optics as to what that looks like. And that's probably, and if you want to refer to my other video about the year 2027, where there is a death and killing, that's usually the result of a civil war ultimately. But right now it's kind of polite, it's kind of politically correct, but you can see it's already getting out of control with what the Democrats are doing so far. We've been kind of shocked by their behavior, but it will continue. It will continue and become ever so much more so, because this is all leading up to a bigger event for our country overall. So this is just an update. Most of all, it's preparing you psychologically and emotionally for what's coming up for us in this country. You know, that's half the battle, being psychologically prepared for it. That's 60% of the battle. If we can be prepared mentally for it, we'll probably be able to adjust and see our way through rather successfully. If we resist these cycles, we're going to damage ourselves quite a bit. So it's kind of just going with the flow, because these are the cycles that are upon us now. very turbulent cycles. It's called the death throes of a civilization. And this is what it looks like and feels like. So sorry to be the bringer of that information, but again, it is to help you and to help you prepare. So this is JJ from ParanormalTalks.com, and we'll be talking with you again. Please like the videos, and we'll keep these updated predictions coming to you. Take care. Bye.